Hello sim racers, it's with great pleasure that we mark this milestone today of hitting 100 subscribers. It's taken a little while to get here, and hopefully this is an early part of a long journey that we're going to be taking together. But I just want to give a shout out to some of the people who've really helped to make that happen. So Catherine for being probably my first subscriber. Pixel Guy J, you support like every little project I do and I really appreciate it. Claude, exactly the same. Jen, Lee, George, thanks for watching the streams. Shout out to the guys over at the TTS Rensetto League. Jean-Francois, B-Man Sim Racing, James, Mike War, Carl, Johnny, Mike O, Tilly, Ken, McLovin, and Paul Moore. Also a shout out to obviously all my subscribers and everybody who's been watching the videos so far, and just anybody who's supported or given any advice or helped in any kind of a way. And also a massive shout out to my teammate Takion Stiggy, who's often there with me. We practice together, we race together, and he helps to make this whole thing come to life. So thank you very, very much. Thanks to all of you. We're gonna pick things up here with a race at, yep, you've guessed it, Monza once again. So I unfortunately had damaged my safety rating and it's gone down. As you can see, it's very low, 77, not good. So I wanted to bring it up and I decided to go online and have a quick race. Unfortunately, I missed qualifying. So just threw the aggressive setup on the car and essentially probably pumped up the tire pressures, and I think I lowered the aero and the brake calipers. But yeah, rolling start as per usual. There's only 10 of us in this race, so just getting ready for that start. Someone had actually given me a tip on how to sort of use the brakes a little bit better on the rolling starts, so sort of learning to test that out a bit and just hoping not to get rammed off at the beginning. Let's see. So we managed to get our speed up a bit. 65 clicks to pull off, not bad. Decent start. It begins okay behind the Porsche, and I think is that a Jag there maybe, or an Aston Martin. In comes flying in deep Torres on the left, on the right hand side there, sorry. And it looks like there's contact in front already between the Porsches, two Porsches, and someone's gone off to the left. Managed to avoid that. So getting away, I think we managed to jump at least a couple of places there. So starting in 8th, probably 6th now. I think it takes a little time for it to catch up. Oh, it's saying that 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. There we go. The Porsche on the left, I wasn't sure what was going to happen there, so I thought maybe just let him go. But we're very quickly caught up by Hoffman. And then out of nowhere, we see contacts. The Lambo had gone off in front. And here we are. Now, the car's damaged and we are at the back of the grid. Not the ideal way to start a race, but at this point I'm fuming and I just want to turn things around right now. And even though I really don't think I'm gonna win, I'm gonna go full beast mode and give it everything I got. So bang, we go past the first Lambo and coming into Ascari now, we come up to this Porsche. The Porsche sort of looks like he got a bit scared that we were coming, and to be honest I wasn't in the mood, so I kind of bullied him a little bit there, just pushing, just like I say, beast mode. I just want to catch these guys now because I'm really upset for getting knocked off there. I managed to try and get out of all the trouble of the first chicane only to get into this now, so it's time to play catch up. So coming down here, down to the last back straight, trying to approach Parabolica appropriately at the correct speed. Just trying not to like scrub my tires or any of that type of stuff. Just trying to just do the best that I can right now from this perspective. So completing the first lap, obviously that doesn't count for anything much. And we've ended up retaining the same 8th place. So again, one of the most important parts of the circuit, trying to get the braking right for the first chicane, turns 1 and 2. Just trying not to lose anything, and already you can see the visual distance. We seem to be catching the guys in front. and just reducing that time.
Slow car ahead.
Something's going on up front, and let's see the time here. Yeah, we're down to about 2.5 seconds, so we are catching this guy Caravaggio in front. And in front of him is Hoffman, who's the guy who bumped me off before, right? But it was because obviously he got hit by the Lambo who lost control. At the time I didn't actually realize that was the situation, because I mean, I knew it was because of the Lambo that there was mayhem, but I didn't realize that poor Hoffman had actually gotten hit. But yeah, just trying to make up as much ground as possible, catching these guys, catching this McLaren. I want in, and I'm gonna have him right here after Ascari, because unfortunately his exit was not that great, and Ascari being the joint most important place aside from the first chicane, and Parabolica here being the second most important. So just trying to tuck the car in a little bit, run a little bit wide there. It's not too bad, you don't get punished too severely for doing that. And we are coming up to complete our second lap.
Well done, mate. Fastest lap of the race so far.
Okay, there we go. So we know we're going faster than the guys in front of us, at least at this point. 2 laps, 5 minutes of racing left, 5.5 minutes pretty much of racing left. So there's probably 3 or 4 laps in that. So now we're on the Taylor Hoffman. Just trying to hunt him down. Just trying to catch as much like little draft or anything like that as possible. And again, the visual distance is just reducing. He makes a little shimmy there coming out of turn 4. So we're going to Lesmo 1. Yeah, he hits his apex nicely there, doesn't run too wide. But I'm just closing that distance on him. Just closing it down and going even faster than on the previous lap. Really, really just want to just catch these guys and just get ahead. Into Ascari. He's losing more ground in here. So we're definitely just on him. Just using that draft to just make up the extra time. Chasing very hard, and then out of nowhere we see, is it Lemmy pops up? Yeah. Driving a Porsche. I think that was one of the Porsches that may have been involved in the incident in turns 1 and 2 and lap 1, maybe. I'm not sure. Second fastest lap in a row. And just feeling that we can just catch Hoffman at this point now. So just really just on him.
Car on the left.
And just go for that. Very, very late lunge, which was unfortunate. And for someone who was trying to improve their safety rating, that definitely wasn't the best way of going about things. But anyway, sorry Hoffman. Having said that, that is a lot milder than what Hoffman unfortunately did to me earlier on lap 1. So thankfully he was able to continue driving. Somebody's gone off ahead and rejoined, but seemed to have slowed a few people up. And then bang, 2 more bite the dust. And then for some reason Hoffman just disappears into the gravel trap, and it looks almost like I'm trying to go behind him, just running extra wide. I think it sort of surprised me. I don't know if he rage quit or whatever, but that just leaves us now in 4th place. And here we are chasing this Nissan. Ascari not doing the best there, and running wide at the exit as well, which isn't the best, losing even more time. So this is a lap filled with mistakes, which is definitely not the best way of catching the people in front. but at the rate that they're taking each other off, you never know. And as long as you never give up, you're always in there with a chance, right? So coming over the start finish straight, this lap is already binned. Slowest lap of the race, barring the first lap. But it just looks like the visual distance is closing, despite those few hiccups. And at one point there we were almost half a second up, but lost some of that. But still up, which is good. Curva Grande, just trying to maximize, preparing for turns 3 and 4. Taking that fairly nicely and making up some time on the exit, which is really nice. Lesmo 1 and then 2. Yeah, neatly making up more time again. Little bit bumpy there on the exit, but of Lesmo 2 there, but that's okay. Visual distance is dropping, and it seems to be a change of position ahead as well, because the Nissan's gotten in front of what is this here? I was probably called it the wrong thing earlier. It's probably the Aston. Yeah, it's the Aston. The weird colors threw me off. But yeah, on him hard. Definitely want this position, but also don't want to make a mess in Parabolica. So just trying to just allow him enough space and trying not to get cut off. And there to our right, the Nissan's gone off. He's taken himself out of the equation. So this leaves me and 2 others on the final lap, and another fastest lap. So I think that's what, our 3rd fastest lap of the race. So I know I can outbrake this guy into the corner. I know I can, but I gotta give him a bit of space. And bang, he hits me. Which at this point now, between people ramming me off, me making collisions with poor Hoffman earlier, and now this guy again, and I really want this, because I can see that Torres is up the road and I'm really looking at him. I'm not really concentrating on this guy in front.
Car on the left, clear on the left.
But there he makes his mistake, and that leaves just me and Torres now, with a few corners to go, and me running wide in my excitement, just trying to chase him down. So coming out of Lesmo 2, run quite wide there to the absolute maximum of what we can do. And considering this is actually a slower lap as well by 3 seconds, over 3 seconds. But we're reeling him in though, and he's coming back. And again, the Scari is really important. You have to have your Scari right on Monza, because if you don't, this happens.
Clear on the right.
So finally, from last place, we end up getting into 1st, but it's not over yet,
Clear on the right.
because Torres is coming back with a late move, diving down the inside, which I was worried about, so I gave him a little space. But thankfully it was enough, it looks like.
P1, excellent job. What a race. See you in the pits. Bring it back.
Went full beast mode to make sure to come from last place to 1st place for my first win on Assetto Corsa Competizione. I was so happy with this. So proud for staying with it. And despite my mistakes still continuing, thinking that the guys around me were making so many mistakes, that I definitely had a chance, as long as I just kept driving as fast as I could and just trying my best to stay out of trouble. So thank you very much for sharing this with me. Thanks for watching. Thanks again to all the people who make this special and have helped to get this thing as far as it currently is right now. Thank you very much. Take care, and I'll see you next time.